Greetings, this is Nolan Stoltz, the composer of the Route 66 Suite for Orchestra, and this video is about the ghost town of Parkersburg. As you can see from the sign, it dates back to the 19th century. This sign comes from a cemetery located right along Route 66. It's easy to miss because there's not much there, but it's just west of Clinton, Oklahoma, and it's actually depicted on this 1944 map from Rand McNally. So let's head into Parkersburg from the west. We're on 66 and the interstate is just to our left. This is a bird's eye view from right about where that video clip ended. This is Parkersburg in 1955, as you can see a few buildings. And of course nowadays on the north side of the road we have the interstate, but on the south side of the road you'll see we still have a building here, and just up the road a bit there's the site of the Parkersburg School. As you'll see in this 1957 map, the Parkersburg School had been already abandoned. I'm not sure when the school was in existence, but I did find an obituary showing someone that went there from 1st to 8th grade from 1935 to 1943. So certainly the school was in operation during the Route 66 era. There's not much around here that would identify this place as Parkersburg, but notice that there is a sign for Parkersburg Road, the exit off the interstate there. And coming up on the right is the Parkersburg Cemetery. You'll see it depicted on that same 1957 map. But what you'll also see on that map is that Parkersburg was shown as being centered just to the north of the railroad tracks. So I did some digging to see Parkersburg's history as it relates to the railroad, and I found it listed as a stop in this 1923 timetable. So I ventured north up to that location where the road crosses the railroad, and there really isn't anything there. That's looking east. And here I'm going to pan east and then down south toward the interstate and Route 66. As you can see, not really a town there. Just to the northeast, depicted on that map, that must have been this building here. Looks abandoned these days. So I went back down to Route 66 to see how Parkersburg was really in relation to Route 66. And in this 1983 map, you'll see where the interstate came in, and still really not much there around Parkersburg. And this is looking north from 66 across the interstate with the railroad far in the distance. Really not much here. But if you go on the opposite side of the interstate, you'll see this abandoned gas station. So as far as I can tell, this would have been the only roadside service associated with Parkersburg. And probably by then, it was just considered the west side of Clinton. There are businesses in the vicinity, so it's not a complete ghost town, but we tend to not really think about Parkersburg, especially in its relationship to Route 66. So in that sense, I do think I would consider it a ghost town, and certainly inspiration for the 66 Ghost Towns movement of my orchestra piece. So that was a short little video on Parkersburg, Oklahoma. I've got other videos on ghost towns and all things Route 66, so subscribe at patreon.com/Route66Suite. Have a good one.